I'm not a huge Mercedes guy, I have to admit.
I wasn't
But
really
the G-Wagon is kind of the...
That's my 2008 Mercedes G55 AMG. Put my kind of own little spin on it. 2-inch suspension lift, 22-inch formula wheels, 35-inch tires.
I couldn't help but notice you got a few JL audios in the back.
A little bit of music. Yeah, I've always been a stereo guy, so had to do something big back here. So 4 JL12s, couple amps, JL components all around, CarPlay head unit, and then 36 feet of million color LEDs when you want to make it a little flashy.
Let's check out under the hood.
55 AMG, so it's a supercharged V8, 500 horsepower, 500 pounds of torque. Nice. More than enough to spin 35-inch off-road tires off the line.
Very cool.
More power than it needs, being 7 feet tall and a brick floating through the sky when you drive, but the newer ones are faster, and I was like, I don't need it. It's too fast for its own good already.
Let's see what this baby sounds like. Oh, that doesn't sound like a Mercedes.
Straight pipe, side exit exhaust, supercharged V8. So, more power than it needs for its size.
That's awesome. Almost sounds like a Ford, maybe a Dodge V8.
Definitely not a refined European car, though.
No, that's hilarious. That's awesome. Thanks for bringing it out, man.
Thank you.
Super cool car.
Thank you.
Oh, it's a Lamborghini, like an Aventador.
Nope, it's not a Lambo.
This is not a Lambo? Who's driving it?
I know.
I think that's Philadelphia Phillies Ryan Howard. This is crazy.
We got my 918 Spider.
800 horsepower.
8 plus, 887. Don't disrespect.
That's almost dead.
Don't disrespect. It'll.
And they're just everywhere. Money, horsepower, fumes.
This is the world first Lamborghini straight pipe that shoots flames without forced induction.
Okay, we got it. Wow, that was loud. So many great cars.
Man, this is great. Ferraris, we got what do we have? Let me see. Hey, buddy. Nice car, man. Wait, now hold on. I know it's a Lamborghini. It's like an Aventador. It looks like you got like a, I don't know. I never.
No. It's not a Aventador.
It's not a Huracan.
Nope, it's not a Lambo.
This is not a Lambo?
Honestly, this is a custom-made car.
The whole car?
The whole car, all custom. As you can see, I brought the baddest car, not Kathy, not Tank, the Vader.
What did this start at?
It actually started as a G35, but just the chassis.
Infiniti G35?
Yep. Yes, sir.
It's longer. The wheelbase is longer.
Yeah, it's all extended. All extended.
Wait a minute.
It's on the airbags. You got the lift kit all around. You got the wing back there. It's all custom carbon fiber.
Where'd you get it from?
We got it built in Florida. The company's called Supercraft Cars.
Supercraft Cars.
Yes. Basically, if you get a car like this, or just a regular G35 motor, you can do whatever your pocket could handle.
What motor's in it?
G35 motor?
It is?
Yes, G35 motor.
You didn't stop with a stock motor.
Yeah, we jazz the motor up.
When you say jazz it up.
We'll put like a supercharge on the motor.
On the G35?
Yes, sir.
How much horsepower?
550?
Really?
Yes.
G35 with a supercharger on it. Hit it. Yo, that sound like an F1 car.
Yeah.
That's a G35 motor?
G35.
Hit it again. Just one more time. Yo, raise it up. Let me see it come up. Yeah. Yo, that is what's up. Beautiful piece.
Every once in a while, a car comes along with a design so unique that opinions start flying, and its authenticity is questioned. One such car is Nadim Mahmoud's Ferrari 512 BDI.
Okay, let me show you the special.
What is this? I've never seen anything like this. Now, Nadim's done his homework and is confident he's the owner of a one-off creation. Something so unique, it had to come from the Ferrari factory, or from someone with very close ties to the Italian manufacturer.
I did ask him if the car was fiberglass. He said the car was made out of alloy. That made me think this could be a prototype was something extremely special. It's very expensive to construct a car out of alloy.
This way. Spend a lot of time with the body work to figure out all the angle, all the, I put a wider wheels. I had to stretch the body to cover the wheel inches, each side.
Each side.
16 inches.
16
You got
inches
16
wider.
inches wider.
Wider than the original one.
And you said the body was all out.
We spend a lot of time working out the style of the body, and just it was my own idea, my own way to do it. So if you don't mind, if the owner allowed me, I would love it to take back.
Wow, this is pretty.
Hey, Skip, Sid Barron, good to
Hello,
see you.
Sid. Pleasure. I've never seen one of these. This is really striking.
This is a pre-production 2020 Bentley Continental GTC. And Bentley has done some interesting things with the interior, such as a new to the industry, this diamond and diamond stitching. There are over 1 million stitches inside of a vehicle of this size with that double stitching for the diamonds.
Wow. I mean, this is luxurious, but what kind of horsepower does this thing put out?
You've got a 6-liter W12 engine, 626 horsepower, made it to an 8-speed double clutch transmission, the first time we ever had a double clutch. This does it for you automatically. It is seamless, so it shifts better than
You never
anything
feel a shift point.
You never feel a shift point, and candidly, it shifts better than you and I could ever shift. 0 to 60, tested by car and driver, 3.4 seconds.
Wow. How heavy is this thing then?
5,500 pounds.
Wow,
Very
that's
heavy
moving
vehicle.
That's moving a lot of weight quickly. That's awesome. Well, thanks a million for bringing this out. This is really neat to see.
It's a Ford GT40 continuation car. It's in the Shelby registry. It's done in black with the silver stripes for Bruce McLaren and Chris Amon, the #2 car that crossed the line first. A little controversy in 1966, but it was the car that won Le Mans.
These were that 427 FE block. They developed it for Le Mans, and it was the first modern type block where instead of just making this big chunk of steel, they made it out of aluminum,
Right.
and they also made it lightweight with a lot of webbing. So they were notorious motors for being able to spin high RPMs.
Yeah, and they were. The 427 motor, because it had a 4¼ bore,
Yep.
could go to 8,000 RPM.
Sure.
Back in the day.
And they had a new modern design too. Can we fire it up?
We can. Just put your foot a little bit on the throttle. It's high up, so you want to just push down a little. You don't give it much.
There we go. Oh, that sounds beautiful.
Here you go.
Oh, that's so nice. What do these things weigh? Probably nothing.
This one weighs just under 2,300.
And how many horse?
565.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
I got my 918 Spider. And once I got in it, I just instantly fell in love with it. I mean, it's one of those cars that has almost 900 horsepower, but at the same time, it's still very, very tame to drive. So it's not intimidating.
All-wheel drive, 800 horsepower.
8 plus, 887. Don't disrespect.
That's almost that.
Don't disrespect.
I didn't mean to discount it.
Okay.
Because you're right. That's closer to 9 than it is 8.
Right.
Do it sound like something special?
Oh man, that sounds amazing. You want to start it up?
I'd like to at least start it up. Oh, you can fit in this?
Oh yeah. It's like a woman with a nice pair of shoes. You're gonna make it work. So you got the keys, the ignition right there. Turn it. So right now it's on, but you're in the electric mode. You're in stealth mode, ninja mode.
No noise.
That's right. So if you hit this switch and you put it all in the race, that's warp speed.
That's warp speed.
Basically, yeah. So it's the electric engine and the combustible engine all working together, so it picks up the lag.
Man, the response is crazy. It's like my motorcycle.
I mean, I've hit the gas a few times, man, and it just like, it'll throw you back. It's got a lot of power, but the car is not an intimidating car to drive. It's really not. Like, you feel comfortable in it.
It can be docile.
Oh yeah, it's Jekyll and Hyde, if you like it.
Yeah, I like Jekyll and Hyde. I love Jekyll and Hyde. car just like lifts up off the daggone ground.
Yes, we have.
Procharger car. This is the fastest car in the country right now.
We've been able to go out and set records, you know, fastest radio car in the world at one point.
How to get you woken up, huh?
Really? You ride around with cheater slicks? Man, this is awesome.
This car was purposely built in '65 to beat Ferrari.
That's correct.
That's my kind of car.
Automotive trade show in Las Vegas. And I'm going to show you the inside track, all my favorite vehicles, but it's going to be fast and furious. What did you bring us in the Pirelli booth? Foose has his brand new Mustang, but you've got the look of the 70 Mach 1.
And they're bringing each model from 1949 to current.
Wow.
So there's going to be a lot of them there.
He's got his new Porsche Carrera GT outside.
Man.
What is with the...
This car is the last truly analog supercar. So there's no stability control, there's no dynamic steering, there's no suspension management control. It's a manual transmission V10 car. The engine was designed by Porsche in the 1990s to compete in the 24 Hours of Le Mans. They never actually raced the engine. That program got shelved, and then it was unveiled as a production car in 2004. This is one of the last great truly driver cars because there really is nothing getting in the way between the car and the driver. Well, enough about this car. That's pretty cool. The green Mercedes GTR. That Camaro is nice. Beautiful build on that. Wow. What is this? This is an interesting car, man. Hey, my name's Ryan.
Ryan Ted. Ryan, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Tell me about this thing.
This is a Factory 5. It's a replica of a 65 Shelby Daytona Coupe.
Wow.
And they built this car specifically to challenge Ferrari. They were having trouble with the Cobras, so they want something a little more aerodynamic, and this is what they came up with.
So this car was purposely built and engineered in '65 to beat Ferrari.
That's correct.
That's my kind of car.
It was very, very successful, and they won several races and basically put Ferrari on the trailer, so it worked out to be a good deal.
Wow. Wow, and what engine have you got in this thing?
It's a Ford 408 with the Weber 8-stack on it. Once you get them tuned, it runs really good.
Oh, I can imagine. And it weighs nothing, I bet.
Yeah, the car's real light. It's a fun car.
Hey, thanks for bringing it up. From anything from trucks to Jeeps to muscle cars to hypercars. I enjoy the broad reach of all the different types of cars that show up here.
Oh, here's one of my favorites. 89 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. They use these to pull horse trailers and campers. This is the Suburban of the day made by American Motors. These were really a workhorse. Is this a two-wheel drive or four-wheel?
Four.
Four-wheel?
Goes four-wheel high, four-wheel low.
Yeah.
Kind of shift on the fly. You don't have to get out and lock the hubs.
Boy, what great condition.
So it's a 360 V8, which wasn't designed by Jeep. It was designed by AMC in the early 60s. So they had this engine in the AMX.
Right, it was a high-performance car. Oh, yeah, it was a real supercar for its day, almost.
I think I just like the classics. It's got that right combination of goofy wood sides with chrome, and there's something just so American about some of these cars.
Power seats on both sides, power windows. These were really a luxury automobile.
Yeah, you know, all original carpet, 137,000 miles.
This is great looking. Thanks a million for bringing this out.
Thank you.
I really enjoy it.
Lozier, made in Plattsburgh, New York. It was capable of 106 miles an hour off the factory floor.
Kinds of movies, products, and everything. Black Panther car, dog.
Yes, sir.
You got the motorcycle and everything to match.
Black Panther booster.
What?
The car is a 2016 Chevy Camaro SS. When I drove it for the first time, it reminded me of a cat, how it was nimble in and out of traffic, and it was black. I'm like, man, this is a black cat. Black Panther was always like, hey, we can do something with it.
Man, this is awesome right here.
The reason we went with the purple is because when Sherry re-engineered Black Panther's suit, when he would get hit, it turned purple.
Oh, yeah.
So that meant he was charged, ready to go. So I debadged the whole car, and we put Black Panther emblems, 2 on the fenders and then 1 on the gas tank. We also had a hood liner done by Custom Minds. I mean, just the whole 9. Even the interior, like with the beaded seats, it's like the chest plate of the Wakandan soldiers.
You talk about custom, everything is themed.
This is, you know, the Killmonger side of the car.
The Killmonger.
The other side is the Black Panther side. Under the hood, what you see in the case, that's actually King T'Challa. We take a lot of pride in it because it's something we've done ourselves. Me and my wife did all the hand painting, the bezels, under the engine bay, the paddle shifters.
Took some time.
Yes, sir. Even in the seats.
What about?
Stitching is purple.
Yeah.
I took a fabric marker. And,
no, you didn't.
Yes, sir. I mean,
that's
the details
how you got that in there?
Yes, sir.
This is awesome. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a stock motor sounding like this?
It's got the LT1 engine, which they used to put in the Corvettes.
Listen to that. Black Panther, baby.
This is an XK120, and it is just sculpted wonderfully. These cars were actually designed so the driver could enjoy the lines of it while they're driving along. This particular car here, this is a Series 1 E-Type. This is the first automobile that was inducted into the Museum of Modern Art as a permanent display. The E-Type transition from the Series 1 to the Series 2, the government mandated changes. They had to remove the covered headlights. You'll notice on the wheels there's no knockoffs any longer. So that's how it moved along in this period of time. And then this is an XK, and it appears to be a highly modified one. We have a beautiful display of Jaguars here today, and it shows the progression of this company from 1949 through the sports car today. Really modified. I can tell just looking at the externals. What's under the bonnet?
Well, let's take a look.
Wow, supercharged. How many horsepower does this thing put out?
About 700.
The only reason I bought this Jag because of the modification, a little bit of the engine, but on this one, they did the whole thing.
It's a Kenny Bell supercharger that had to be $10,000 for that.
Minimum, just a supercharger.
And when you start adding things like that, horsepower, then you got to worry about cooling it. You got to worry about stopping it.
And the suspension.
Yeah, you just keep going on and on.
They did a lot of stuff to that car.
Oh boy. And I see it's got a hard top on it.
It's made by Wiseman.
You know, I always thought the coupes in these cars were the better looking car.
Oh yeah.
And now you can have both of them. This is a nice addition. Boy, I'd love to get in the seat of this thing and give it a run.
I don't know what happened today, but there are Chevelles all over the place. The flavor could be maroon, yellow and black, small block, El Camino version in blue. And look, there's like more over here. That is beautiful. Look at that. Man, you guys make me want to sell my truck. LS, woo, all over.
'61 Buick bubble top. This is pretty.
Well,
and
thank
you
you
don't
very much.
see Buicks.
No.
You see thousands of Chevrolets.
Yeah.
How many they build of these?
This year, I think they built 6,100 Invictas, many times that in the Chevy badge. I mean, I love the Chevys, but these are pretty rare. Buick marketed this as the banker's hot rod.
That's right. Many people that didn't want to look ostentatious, bankers, physicians,
sure,
opposed to driving Cadillacs, they drove the Buicks. And a Buick could cost as much as a Cadillac, but it just didn't have that tag to it that you were being showy. You know, the interior in Pontiacs and Buicks were some of my favorites. The symmetry on the dash, that's really, really neat.
Yeah.
And the focal piece is the clock.
Yeah. And I don't know if you remember, but the speedometer gauge cluster, that's just a mirror.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not, yeah, you're seeing a reflection of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You can adjust it for the height of the driver. Yeah.
Now that I didn't know.
Yeah, you can tilt it depending on the height of the driver.
Interesting.
Yeah, I guess that was an innovative thing back then.
I want to see the real treat. Show me what's under the hood.
Sure. So still the factory 401 nailhead.
With a generator on it, or have you changed it to a generator?
Exactly, yeah. It's actually a modern alternator, but it looks period correct. It's like a generator.
Boy, your attention to detail here is really nice. Very clean, very tidy. Thank you very much for bringing it out. This is a real treat.